Does this Saudi story support this geopolitical risk premium on oil right now?
You know, it's an interesting story. There's two ways to look at it. I think you had Sam Zell on recently, and Sam was saying, and I happen to have ridden motorcycles with him, and he's looking at it as a cleansing of house, a better way to do business. I have a different point of view that should be brought out. If you've got the kingdom willing to do this to family and so on, as a minority shareholder in a company, what rights are you going to have down the road? So I don't know what this all means. I think it's a consolidation of power. I think it's a sweeping out of the old, bringing in the new. The question is, how much power are we putting in the hand of this new crown prince? Because that's what this is all going to be about. My guess is, if you want Saudi Aramco, whatever he thinks is right, that's the route you're going to go, because you're just a minority holder. And that's where it all comes. As for crude oil's getting high, $65 a barrel in Brent rather. That's a big number. The nice part is that American WTI $7 under, which means we have a good export market. We can afford to put that on ships and be competitive different parts of the world. What it will do is you're going to bring out the shale producers. It's $60 a barrel WTI. You bring on Canadian oil sands. So there's a lot more oil going to come as these prices come up, and OPEC meets, and they're not going to cut back. They're not going to take that balloon and pop it.
And Ira, on OPEC, we had the annual World Oil Outlook today. What was your key takeaway?
More shale oil coming out of it and more demand. They're looking through the year 2040. They're saying that we're going to be kicking up oil demand primarily from China and India. Who's to argue with that? The only thing that throws all those things off, Mark, is if a world recession after this fabulous run since 2008 and 9 happens and the market gets a setback. Barring that, it still looks like it's all systems go, even with the technology that's out there for electric cars. Takes a long time to put infrastructure in place. Try to drive 1,000 miles on an electric car from point A to B. Not easy.
Ira, interesting report today from Google Trends, which said that Bitcoin's surge is attracting interest towards the cryptocurrency and away from gold. What did you make of that?
Yeah. I believe it, because the Bitcoin has nothing to do with the storage of value. Bitcoin is how do you hide money. It's really that simple. The reason for these cryptocurrencies, I think, is illegal. It's not a storage of value. I want to hide my name. I don't want you to see what I'm doing. That's what it is. Down the road, more regulation on it, different. But right now, I think Bitcoin, I read today, is getting more hits on Google than the word gold. That says a lot.